Federal Executive Council approves 27.5 trillion naira appropriation bill to be presented to the National Assembly by President Tinubu. Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo announces that the federal government has approved 3.2 billion naira for procurement of airport scanners. Plus, oil prices rise on weak dollar and expectations for OPEC Plus output cuts, with Brent at $80 per barrel. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Now let's bring you up to speed with business development. The Federal Executive Council has approved the 2024 appropriations bill of 27.5 trillion naira to be presented to the National Assembly by President Bola Tinubu. This was part of the decisions taken at the meeting of the Federal Executive Council this Monday yesterday. The government had proposed 26.2 trillion naira, but reviewed the medium-term expenditure framework after it was recently approved by the National Assembly. The Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, said the new proposal was valid because the appropriation was dependent on the final process that could be changed due to many variables.
1.5 trillion from the previously estimated using the old reference prices. The forecast revenue is now 18.32 trillion, which is higher than the 2023 revenues, including that provided in the two supplementary budgets. Equally and commendably, the deficit is lower than that of 2023.
It was a recognition of the macroeconomic measures that have been taken, policy on VAT, removal on diesel is from them. They are looking to help boost fiscal situation of the government by increasing revenue, particularly tax revenue, through digitalization.
You see various agencies lined up. NTA, let's say, open your bag. Immigration, open your bag. Customs, open your bag. AFCC, open your bag. And they will dipping their hands in your bag. And, so we also saw the need for this kind of equipment.
Council also had and observed a minute silence in honor of one member, a former member of the Federal Executive Council who passed on, Dr. Onaolapo Shole. He was Minister of Finance during the time of Muhammadu Buhari.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has promised to involve Nigerians in the consideration and passage of the 2024 appropriation bill to be presented to the legislature in coming days. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas stated this at a one-day capacity building retreat for chairmen and deputies of standing committees of the House.
Necessary for reducing suspicion, building trust, and generating support for the work of the National Assembly. As we expect to receive the 2024 appropriation bill in the next coming few days, I wish to state that the House will convey a budget town hall meeting to enable citizens to make inputs into the 2024 budget appropriation.
Funding for House committees should be provided to ensure that the standing, special, and ad hoc committees of the House can fulfill their responsibilities effectively without depending on outside parties for support.
Let this retreat be a catalyst for innovation, a springboard for excellence.
President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of a new board and management team for the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in compliance with Section 59, subsection 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 with effect from December 1st, 2023. They are Chief Pius Akiliri, Non-Executive Board Chairman, Malam Milekari Kari, Group Chief Executive Officer, Alhaji Umar Isa Ajia, Chief Financial Officer, and 7 others. President Tinubu also approved the appointment of 2 permanent secretaries, Mr. Okokon Ekanem Udo, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance, and Ambassador Gabriel Aduda, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources. The President anticipates the team to fully implement the energy policy that will monetize all available oil and gas resources of today, while paving the way for the total exploitation of new and cleaner energy sources. Now, Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 2.54% year-on-year in real terms. The third quarter of 2023, third quarter 2023. This is based on latest data by the National Bureau of Statistics. This growth rate is higher than the 2.25% recorded in the same quarter in 2022 and higher than the second quarter 2023 growth of 2.51%. On the program this morning, we are looking at the performance of the GDP in the third quarter of 2023. Our guest is Dr. Abdullahi Jibrin, who is in charge of Statistical Intelligence Unit at the National Bureau of Statistics. He will give us an insight into the compilation of the figures and a little more information. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Musa.
Okay, can we begin with you telling us how the MBS arrives at this GDP figure?
Okay. Thank you. As you have mentioned earlier, that the GDP stood at 2.54, which is higher than the previous quarter, that's the same quarter in 2022. The process of compiling the GDP national accounts, we have like 3 approaches. One is the production approach, which is the one we just released now. We have the other one, which is the expenditure and the income approach, which will be released later on. Yeah, and the process, encompasses a lot of activities. For the fact that we have, that is a lot of data that are put into the that's into the production process, and in the process of this production, we have manuals that guide the production of this statistics. One is we have 2008 System of National Account, which is a kind of set of standard that guides the production of the GDP itself. Then we have, that is the ISIC, which is International Standard Industrial Classification of Activities, which is
Is that the international standard?
Yeah, it's an international standard. All these manuals are international standard that guides you so that you don't go beyond the production boundary. In such a way that if I'm talking about crop production, somebody in Ghana or Tanzania will be saying the same thing also with me. That's, we have a base for comparison. Then we have the other one, which is Central Product Classification, which gives you the categories of the product. The international standard gives you the activities, while the Central Product Classification gives you that is the product that you find under those activities. Then we have Government Financial Statistics Manual also. Then we have BPM6 that are used by the central bank. All these manuals are interwoven in terms of definition, concept, and methodology. In the national account, that's national account, that's the unit that produced the GDP. We categorize our economic activities into 46 economic activities, ranging from crop production up to other services. Then
does the 46 activities reflect different sectors of the economy?
Yeah, they reflect different sectors of the economy. For instance, under agriculture, we have about 4 activities under it.
Okay.
We have crop production, we have livestock, fishing, then we have forestry. Then now if you come out to manufacturing side of it, we have almost about 15 economic activities there, that we call them sectors. Then if you come under mining, that's where you find crude petroleum, coal mining, iron ore, that is ore mining, that's iron ore mining. Then we have other mining. So we have different categories of economic activity that are included, that is in the production of the GDP. So the manual that gives you that is the International Standard Industrial Classification. So what it does there is that it gives you different categories of economic activity, though you can domesticate it. For instance, if you take a look at the manual, one is, say for instance, crop production. That's agriculture. Agriculture in the manual, they categorize them into 3. But because of the importance of that, crop production and livestock is 1. Then we now have fishing and forestry. But because of the importance of livestock, so we have to pull out livestock outside so that at a glance you can see the figure that relates to what livestock production.
So how do you collect the inputs?
Okay, so the input, we collect the input from many sources. Will I say many sources?
You go to places where the activities are being conducted, and you get it from the people, or how do you go about it?
Okay. Let me start from even the methodology of collecting data that is in the National Bureau of Statistics. One we have, that is what we call the SAS, that's System of Administrative Statistics. Then we have NICE, that is National Integrated Survey of Establishment. Then we have NICH, National Integrated Survey of Household. So the national, that is the system, that is System of Administrative Statistics, is when we lodge questionnaires to agencies. For instance, we have, that is the National Petroleum, that is Company Limited, that provide data with respect to, that is crude petroleum and natural gas. Then we have Central Bank, they provide all the data we need, that is in terms of financial institutions.
Okay, those different institutions provide their own statistics.
Yeah, they provide their own statistics.
Which you use as input.
Yeah, as an input into the production of the statistics, that is in the compilation of those estimates. Exactly, yeah.
Okay, can you give us a breakdown of what sectors top the chart in terms of contribution to the growth of the economy?
Okay, this time around that is, they keep on, depending on the nature of the economy, they keep on, that is alternating. So in this quarter, we experience growth that is in the crude production. That is minus 0.85. There's somebody will say minus 0.85, maybe it's not a growth. Actually, we are coming from 20, that is minus 22.67. So if you have minus 0.85, meaning that it's a huge jump for us. Yeah. So we have, that is agriculture also. That is under agriculture, we have crop production, which grew by 1.35% against 1.33% in, that is the Q3 of 2022. Then also we have, that is the financial institution. Under the financial institution, we have 2 sectors there. We have the financial activities, which grow by 29.66%. Then we have, that is insurance, which grew by 15.21%. Then we also have, that's information and communication sector, that is telecom. The telecom grew by 6.69% in that is in Q3 2023. Then also solid mirror, there was a huge jump in solid mirror. We have a growth of, that is metal ore grew by 69.76%, which is on the high side. Then we have coal mining, which is 58.03% growth. That's what we experienced, that is in the 3rd quarter. So also we have rail also. Rail has, started coming up also. Formerly, if you have been, following the trend, you realize that it normally fall, that is almost negative at a point in time. But now railway is now coming up. we are having that is 18.23%, that is from minus 29.9% in Q2 2022. So really is a huge jump there. Yeah.
Okay, how much of this data has been consumed by the public, let's say the federal, state, and local government?
Okay.
How important is this data to the state and local government level? And another thing is, how much time does it take to actually put this data together, and the quality?
Okay, so let me start with the importance of that is the statistics. These statistics they kind of give you a kind of how will I put it in a layman's language, maybe a kind of a torchlight that is for the economy. So you put a searchlight and look at the economic activities and see which one is doing well, which one is not doing well. Okay. Because if the economy is not doing very well, meaning that it has to touch almost every facet of the economy, in terms of employment, in terms of consumption, a whole lot of activities. So that's the importance of this figure. So the government use it for policy making. Yeah. They look at the economy, what is wrong with the economy, what are they going to touch in the economy. That's for the economy to grow. It helps them
make a better decision.
A better decision. That's in terms of policy making.
What about the place of technology in all this? How has it helped so far?
Yeah, technology really helped in facilitating all these activities. For the fact that formerly, say for instance, we use maybe paper in terms of the collection of the data and other things like that. So, but now in statistics in general, we have what we call that is the CAPI, computer-assisted personal interview, whereby somebody will go and interview somebody or collect data, and instantly the data will be sent straight to the headquarters. So you realize that there is management of time in that. That's in between. Unlike in the previous time where that is we don't have that technology put in place, so they have to transfer the data that is from the state to the zonal level, from the zonal level now to the headquarters. By so doing, one is time is being wasted. Then secondly, beside time being wasted, also again that it takes a long. There may be lots of information that's during the transit in between. Yeah. Okay. So really, technology really helps. That is in the statistical production.
Okay, Dr. Jibrin, before I let you go, how is the economy set to be growing despite the high exchange rate of the naira to the dollar and our inflation rate as well?
Yeah, actually, I was looking at it that if not because of this problem we are having of that is the exchange rate and the dollar, the economy is supposed to grow beyond that is what we are discussing here. Okay. But because of that, that's why we are where we are currently now. But again, another thing too, again, I realized with the Nigerian economy is there a resilience of that is the Nigerian economy. And then adaptation. People adapt to a certain situation. They now make use of that is the disadvantage. They now turn the disadvantage into, say, advantage. For instance, now you realize that we mentioned all this. That's information. That's those sectors that contribute to the growth. But if you go down now, you now realize that like transportation, which is highly hit by that is the what do you call it? Hit by the subsidy. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, hit by the subsidy. Whereas road transportation has gone down drastically. In some period, road transport is contributing almost about contributing almost about, is it 6%? If I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong. Okay, contribute about 8%, sorry.
Okay.
8.0%.
Thank you.
But now it's negative. Okay. That is 55. So you see, people have drifted away. That is from traveling unnecessarily, trying to adapt to the situation. That's why you're seeing that's from the figures now. The figure is saying that sector now has gone down drastically. 55 last, that is our quarter. Then in this quarter is about minus 43%, which shows that people are now adapting to the situation, trying to.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdullahi Jibrin. Well, this is an ongoing conversation. We'll continue it. Thank you very much
thank you
for your time.
Thank you.
Moving on, Minister of Power Adedayo Adelabo says customer safety and upgrade of transmission network topmost on the new power roadmap. The minister stated this at the third edition of the Roundtable for Legislature and Judiciary on enforcement of technical standards and regulations and the mandate of the Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency.
As ministers, we have started from the top, focusing on generation. hydropower here, thermal power. What is the essence of power generated not being delivered to the users? It is useless. Infrastructure become very, very important. There will be new installations. There will be upgrade of existing installations. And this we must ensure they are of high quality standards. They are of acceptable quality. Who determines that? Is it not NEMSA?
This is the most critical sector of national economy. And Mr. President's Renewed Hope agenda hinges on this sector. The task, I believe, is for them to keep working with NEC to ensure that Nigerians are safe and that when you enter a major public building, the equipment, what they've imported to install our meters are all safe and proper.
And to effectively achieve its core mandates of enforcement, NEMSA, as at today, has 19 inspectorate field offices, 6 national meter test stations, 1 engineering and chemical laboratory, and these are manned by qualified and well-trained and motivated engineers, technical officers.
The Nigeria Export Processing Zones Authority, NEBZA, says the country's free trade zones are business anchorages that have for decades been used to generate revenues for the federal government. Dr. Olufemi Ogunyemi, the managing director of the authority, made the remark in Abuja. He said the widely held notions that the scheme was a free meal ticket for the investors, thereby denying government revenues, were incorrect. He said this public statement was essential to also clarify the misunderstanding by various individuals and entities in and out of government on the nature of the scheme, and that the authority was more than ever prepared to enhance public knowledge on the principal reason for the country's adoption of the scheme by the NEBZA Act 63 of 1992. Ogunyemi further explained that a policy shift on the operations of this scheme might hurt the economy badly, adding that the incentives and waivers enjoyed by the investors were backed by law. And out energy oil prices rose slightly on Tuesday due to a weak dollar and expectations that the OPEC Plus producer group will deepen and extend output cuts due to fears that demand will remain subdued. Brent crude futures were up 11 cents or 0.1% at $80.09 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were trading 4 cents higher, also 0.1% at $74.90 a barrel. Both benchmarks paired some gains after rising sharply in early Asian trade. Meanwhile, gold steady this Tuesday after touching a 6-month peak as expectations of an end to the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate hike cycle kept the dollar and bond yields under check. Let's see prices of other commodities on the global market. Now let's head to global stock market, where Bossade is standing by to give us an update of what is happening in the market. Hello, Bossade. What's happening in the market?
Good morning, Musa. A lot is happening in the market, especially this morning. Hello and welcome to Global Market Review. I am Bossade Able. European markets are heading for a flat open this Tuesday morning, continuing lackluster sentiment seen at the start of the week in the region and beyond. DAX and CAC and FTSE dip at 0.37%, while CAC 40 is unchanged. Asian markets were mixed on Tuesday, a day after the region saw all its major indices end the day in negative territory. Nikkei and the Hang Seng Index closed negative, while the Shanghai Composite topped 0.23% across 3,038.55. Stock futures in the U.S. are slightly lower this Tuesday morning as traders analyzed the strong gains seen throughout November and the trading month near its end. The Dow Jones Industrial Average topped 0.02%, while the S&P 500 dipped 0.05% and Nasdaq Composite followed suit at 0.19%. Most African markets are expected to open trade mixed. Namibia resumed positive at 0.09%, while the South Africa's JSE Africa Top 40 dipped 0.100%. So that's the global market review for this morning, as other stock markets are expected to open soon.
Well, quite a mixed reaction there, Bosede. Well, this is where we end this edition of Business Express. We value your feedback, so keep the comments, observations, and suggestions coming. Be informed that all previous episodes are available on YouTube on the NTA's channel. Let's do this again Wednesday at 3 p.m. I'm Musa Abubakar. Enjoy the rest of your day.